Marcus on the phone. Hello, Marcus.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Marcus Brigstock, of course, famed in the comedy world for the genius that he is, and now, I believe, on a train, a real-life train.
I've literally just stepped off the real-life train
he's off
onto
the
a real-life
train.
platform.
Oh, where's your real-life platform?
Well, I was liking War Baby a lot. I like any song that has a bit of talking in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah. Real-life platform is in Wandsworth.
Okay, what are you doing there?
I'm going home, rushing home to my wife.
No, you are a genius of comedy, you know.
Oh, bless you, sir.
Jerry
Too kind.
Jerry Seinfeld's got a jet. Eddie Murphy's got a rocket. Richard Pryor's dead. You get on the train. Why?
That's right.
Why is that?
Well, it's a mixture of things. I'd like to tell you it's an environmental effort that I'm making to keep the planet clean and all the rest of it, getting on the train, the public transport. But there is another small issue related to the cost of a jet.
Yeah, I thought it might be that. It's so
not the purchasing cost, just the running cost.
Ah, is that what it is?
I mean, you know this.
Now, Marcus, isn't it unfair? Isn't it highly unfair that comedians in America, or anybody to do with comedy, writers, just make an absolute blimmin' fortune, like more than rock stars, and in Britain you just don't?
It's true, but you know what? In Britain, for a small place, it's kind of globally, we have made a quite extraordinary contribution to comedy.
No, without doubt, but
massive.
Have you been rewarded for it?
Well, not financially, no, but you don't do it for that. You do it for the laughs.
But then you could buy the train.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
You could be a comedy train driver.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
You could say
type in some gags to cheer people up on the way.
Yeah, you could be going through once thinking, no, not Wandsworth tonight. We're going straight through. It's my train.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just for a laugh, and then back up and open and shut the doors.
That'd be it, Marcus. So listen. Do you walk home from the station? Do you get a?
Yeah, I walk home from the station across the Wandsworth Common. It's lovely.
And what's waiting for you at home tonight?
Really nice. My wife and 2 kids.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do tonight?
My little nippers. I will be just putting my feet. I'm going to watch the new Steve Coogan thing.
Oh,
speaking of great contributions to international comedy.
Apparently, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I hope so. I always sort of, whenever there's a new comedy thing comes out, I hope that it's good.
I bet you don't. I bet you hope it's rubbish.
Yeah, well,
But Steve Coogan is a genius.
He really is. Yeah, I mean, odds are Saxondale will be brilliant.
Okay.
So,
would you say, and be as fair or unfair as you like?
Yeah.
Be as biased or unbiased as you like. Would you say he's better than you, or you're better than him?
He's better than me.
See.
Honest truth.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Coogan is better than me.
Yeah,
but, he's been doing it for longer and blah, 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 other excuses.
It's a great magnanimous answer.
He is brilliant.
And it may well be right. And as you say, he's been doing it longer, and you may one day be better than him. You may be miles better than him.
Exactly, and I'll laugh at him.
That's what you've got to... Well,
no, hang on. No, I've got that all wrong.
Yeah, that's the old Bob Moncast line. Okay, so, you're on to talk about something, but how long will you get to talk about it? Well, that's up to you, because you've got to play Good Day, Bad Day, whether you like it or not.
Right.
Okay, you're going to play for time. 10 seconds per correct answer to talk about something close to your heart or your career. Mm-hmm. So, has it been a good day or a bad day today, Marcus, for Oxford Street?
For Oxford Street,
yes.
It's been an excellent day for Oxford Street.
You've won 10 seconds. Yes, you're right. It's been a good day for Oxford Street because it's the only London address to survive in the new 70th anniversary edition of Monopoly, which was unveiled today. Everything else has gone. It's all gone.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, it's terrible. So 10 seconds in the bag. For another 10 seconds, a good day or a bad day for Blue Peter fans.
It was a bad day for Blue Peter fans when they realised their Blue Peter badges had expired and they can no longer get in cheap to things.
Well, we've got a good day down here, but I'll read it out and then we'll have a little...
right.
We'll have a jury meeting.
I just found a custard cream on the pavement. I probably won't eat it.
No, take it home.
Yeah. For the kids.
Yeah, for the kids. Good. It's been a good day for Blue Peter fans, apparently, because Blue Peter have relaunched their badges after it was discovered that people were trading the old ones, which enabled free entry to over 200 attractions on eBay. See, now I think this is a 50-50. So we'll give you 5 seconds. Never been done before.
Right, cool.
You've won 5 seconds. Excellent. It's like half a point in chronology terms. So, Australian toads, good day or bad day?
Bad day for Australia.
You're right,
People
Marcus!
Have been licking them again.
Yes! The Australian government has called for the army to be deployed. The army, by the way.
The army?
Yeah,
wow.
To halt the invasion of the toxic cane toads. They are marching relentlessly throughout Queensland, and they are threatening the ecosystem. So you've won 25 seconds, Marcus. You are a top man. You're on your way home.
Check me out.
I don't want to make you late for your dinner, so off you go.
Right, well, I'm doing the Latitude Festival, and Latitude Festival, for everyone who's not going to make it to Glastonbury because it's not on this year, this is your chance to get caked in mud and get sunburnt and see lots of bands from absolutely miles away behind a white person with dreadlocks. And I'm going to be there, and basically I'll be doing stand-up in the comedy tent. I'm kind of like a whirlwind of corduroy, you know, when I get the wind in my sails.
Okay, well, that's
and it's going to be great.
Your time is up. Thanks for coming on the show. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and have a lovely dinner with your lovely family.
That I will, sir. Take care.
So, did you ever write to Jim or Fix It? And if you did, what did you ask for? Emily says, my mum wrote to Jim and asked to dance with Paula Abdul. How rank, says Emily. Emily, it wasn't rank, it was cool then. Down on the M3, I asked to go and see the control room of the Mersey Tunnel. He never replied. All my friends think it's the most rubbish request ever. It's pretty rubbish, that is pretty rubbish. Kate from Norwich says, Jimmy Savile scarred my childhood by denying me the opportunity to sing with the Wombles. Pete in Huddersfield said, I wanted to get a karate chop by Miss Piggy. That's brilliant, isn't it? That is absolutely brilliant. Imagine that as a kid, all you want to do is get karate chopped by Miss Piggy. Oh, sweet. From Anne in Suffolk, I asked Jim to fix it for me, to see how Jim or Fix It badges were made. I thought that might work for some reason. Chris I wrote asking to be lifted up by the Incredible Hulk. He never wrote back, and it made me angry. From Chris in Exeter. Mark Ockleton in Holme. Chris, I once got a puncture on my bike. I asked Jim to fix that. He didn't reply. You see, what I'm thinking after these texts are coming in, Sal...
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Jim made, over 100 kids' lives, but he's obviously ruined hundreds of thousands of children's lives. I never wrote to Jim or Fix It.
I never did.
He wrote to me.
Did he?
He said, can we do anything for you? I said, Jim, I've got it all covered. It's fine. Now, this morning, I was leafing through the papers when I saw an advert for a new book entitled Vinegar, Nature's Secret Weapon. It went on to list every use, over 70, for vinegar, that you could use vinegar for. From being a leather preserver, to a plant booster, to a skin rejuvenator, to a cat deterrent. At least this is what they claim. So we had to find out more. And after hours of X Factor-style auditions in the vinegar world, we think we've come up with the guy who definitely has the V Factor. His name is Barry Chevalier-Guild, and he's the co-owner of Aspall's Vinegar Company. I have a bottle of their finest stuff here now, and I will have a taste in a moment. Barry, good evening.
Good evening, Chris.
How come you're into vinegar?
It's a long family tradition, Chris. We've been making it for over 30 years now.
So how did that happen?
Well, we're a long-established cider-making company, and one of the joys of making cider, one of the side effects of making cider, is that sometimes it can go off and turn into vinegar. So we thought we'd try and make it in earnest and properly, and we started doing that in the 70s.
So is that how it happens? Is that how you make vinegar?
It is. Basically, you take any juice with sugar in it, and you let that ferment into alcohol, and then the next stage of that is for it to ferment into vinegar.
So there's no skill to making it, you just let stuff go off and bottle it?
Not wanting to do myself out of any sales, but you could actually make it at home if you wanted to, yes.
Okay, great. I'm sure yours is pretty good stuff, by the way. Now, we know vinegar is special. People have said so for years. Almost magical, if you like. Now, how come it's capable of cleaning, healing, energising, preserving? How come it's all this, it does all these diverse stuff?
Well, cider vinegar seems to be the one in particular that has all these benefits. And it's probably down to the sort of, certainly on the health side of things, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But it is the property of the vinegar itself, and it's a very good cleaner. It's very good for cleaning your fats and so on. It's good for descaling. It'll descale shower heads and so on. It's just amazingly versatile. I mean, it's very powerful stuff. The problem we have at work is stopping it dissolving the concrete.
Yeah, because you can clean concrete flanks with it. You can dress injuries with it. You can make your hair shiny and stronger with it.
That's right.
You
can
treat
indeed. Yes.
eczema. You can fix jellyfish stings. Yeah.
Yep. Yes. In Australia they have litres of the stuff on the beaches. So if you get stung by a box jellyfish, the first thing they'll do is pour vinegar all over the sting to try and neutralise its effect.
And weight loss, I understand it helps you lose weight.
Yes, it's a natural diuretic. It's all these things about being in balance. But yes, people who've written to us have said that they've tried cider vinegar and have seen some sort of beneficial effect from it.
So what's your favourite use for vinegar?
My favourite use is in dressings. My wife makes a fantastic apple balsamic dressing.
Oh, I bet she does.
And it is absolutely superb. And I also drink it daily as well. So
I heard about this, because apparently the rest of your family are laid uphill and you're not, and you put it down to your vinegar intake.
Well, that's right. I mean, I kicked myself after I told your researcher about it. But, a couple of the family are down a bit ill at the moment, but I take cider vinegar every day, and I'm very, very rarely ill.
So when you say you take it, how do you mean?
I put about a dessert spoonful in a glass of water and drink it before each meal that I have.
So you dilute it down like you would with a good whiskey?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, because I heard you did this, right?
Yeah.
So at home before I came here, I got a thimbleful and just knocked it back like a shot, and it nearly, my lungs nearly exploded.
Yes.
So that's the wrong way to do it.
Best to dilute it.
Okay, well, I've got some of your vinegar here. I'm just going to have a taste of it, because I had the normal... How many different vinegars are there? There's malt vinegar, white wine vinegar?
Red wine vinegar, sherry vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and there's lots of different styles. So it's often down to the type of fruit that you use, the type of grapes that you use, where it comes from. For example, Mediterranean vinegar is a lot softer and sweeter than, say, Northern Hemisphere vinegar.
Okay, so that would be like a dessert wine almost.
Some of them are
in the vinegar world.
Yeah, if you sort of take it down to a glaze, it's superb, yeah.
Do you go to vinegar tastings?
We do, and the best way to do that is to use a sugar cube.
Yes.
And you dunk that in the vinegar until it's about 3/4 of the way up the sugar cube, and then you suck the vinegar out of the cube, and it means you can taste the flavour of the vinegar without losing your sense of taste.
See, you know your stuff. I love this. And do you think it will ever achieve the fame and standing it truly deserves?
I hope it does, because it really does deserve it. It is such a ubiquitous product, and it has been for thousands of years.
It reminds me, legendarily-wise, of honey. It's very similar.
Yes, well, I mean, a lot of people mix a bit of honey into their vinegar as well as part of their daily drink.
Ah, you see, that really is the elixir.
And it's the best thing you can do with it. If you've got one of those sort of tickly coughs that keeps you up at night, or interrupts you when you're on the radio, if you take a capful of vinegar, pour it into some water, mix in some honey, about a teaspoonful, and drink that, you won't have a tickly cough.
Great. Well, I'm going to knock some of yours back now. I've got a shot. I'm doing a shot in a shot again. I'm sorry about that. Oh, God. Pretty strong, eh? Pretty good stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. It's very nice. Barry?
Yeah?
From everyone at Radio 2, especially Jeremy Vinegar, thank you for joining us!
Thank you very much.
And Alex Kapranos is on the phone. Thank heaven for that. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Chris. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, thanks. Not too bad.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. And I've got to tell you that our producer here just obviously put you through to the desk, and now you're on the air. And she said just before I talked to you, and while the record was still playing, and what a fine record the Blow Monkeys was, by the way, she says, do you know what? He's amazing on every level. I said, what do you mean he's amazing on every level? He's amazing on every level. He's artistic, he's funny, he's intelligent. On every level, he's just ace. So there you go. What a big thumbs up for you that is.
That's really nice. I feel very flattered now.
On this Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
So, do you have that effect on most people? I must admit, I am very impressed with you myself.
Well, thanks very much. I don't know. Gosh, I feel a bit lost for words now.
Ah, so maybe you're not that intelligent.
Yeah, no, it's thoroughly thick and inarticulate, definitely.
Okay, articulation and erudition, I've always struggled with those two. Can you figure those out for me? Can you separate those?
Oh gosh, no, not at all.
No, nor me.
I was presumed that if you were articulate, you could communicate an idea clearly, whereas erudition is more about how beautiful it is. Is that right? I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
No.
Okay, she just whispered in my ear again, but frankly, I've stopped listening to her now. Okay. Now, Jim will fix it. Did you ever write to him?
No, I didn't, but I used to love it. I loved the one where the Boy Scouts went upside down on the roller coaster.
Oh, every time they got a Boy Scout on, I was excited. I always dreamt about going in the studio audience and getting to sit on the beanbags. That was a big deal, wasn't it? He even had that sussed out old Jim, didn't he?
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
And where's the chair? Did you ever write to anybody when you were little?
I'm trying to think. I can't remember doing that. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but I used to love Jim Will Fix It. I remember being very jealous of the kid that wrote in asking to be part of Madness because I'd had the same idea. And after somebody else came up with that idea, then I thought, they've done it already. See, now,
you know it's coming back. It's coming back with Vic Reeves. Okay?
It is? Yeah, really? What, Vic Will Fix It?
That's why we're doing it. Vic Will Fix It, yeah. So if a kid, right, see, now this is unfair of me, but I have to do it because I know that people are screaming this at the radio as they're driving home. So if a kid, right, massive Franz Ferdinand writes in, Franz Ferdinand fan writes in and says, can you fix it for me, Vic, to play with Alex and the band, right? And so your record company get in contact with you. Are you saying yes or are you saying no?
Oh, definitely, yes. That would be amazing. It would be so
All
good.
right, okay.
I think it'd be good as well because like kids always have such a good attitude towards music, and they're always so enthusiastic. We did we've done a couple of matinee shows, and we did some in Glasgow Barrowlands where you weren't allowed in unless you were under 14 or accompanied by a child under 14. Adults were only allowed in if they were accompanied by a child, and it was one of the most amazing gigs I've ever played. It was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's funny. So adults could only get in if accompanied by a child?
Exactly, yeah.
Genius. Absolutely genius. Okay, I agree with my producer wholeheartedly. Right now, you're going to talk about your new song, but only if you win time to do so. I know you may think this trite, but this is what we do on this show, okay? 3 questions about today, June 20th, 2006. Get them right. 10 seconds, cumulative score of 3 gives you 30 seconds. We'll play your song anyway, so frankly, it doesn't matter if you get any right or wrong.
Okay.
So, Alex, has it been a good day or a bad day for airline passengers today?
It's been a bad day because they're allowed to take less luggage on the planes with them.
Bang on the nose! Yeah. It's been a bad day because it's been announced today that oversized hand luggage is to be banned on all flights from British airports. 10 seconds in the bag. A bonus 5 for knowing the reason why, which nobody's ever done before.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so good day or bad day for desperate housewives, so wise one?
I don't know, I'm going to guess bad day.
Aha! There is a chink in his armour. It's been a good day. The Heat US drama has been turned into a virtual reality computer game. Fans can take on the role of a new housewife and interact with the other well-known characters in Wisteria Lane, so no points for you there.
Oh.
And finally, has it been a good day or a bad day for Ilkley Moor?
Oh, I don't know, actually. Ilkley Moor Bartat, isn't it?
Indeed.
I'd say it's got to be a good day on the moor.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
You sure?
No, but I'm going to go with it. It's what did I say? A good day? Yeah, a good day on the moor.
It's been a bad day, Alex. A bad day.
Oh God!
It's been a bad day.
What happened then?
One of Yorkshire's most well-known. What, you don't know?
I don't, I'm afraid, no.
One of Yorkshire's most well-known landmarks, Ilkley Moor, could fail to meet the technical definition of a moor altogether because of an infestation of bracken. It might now have to be renamed Ilkley Hill instead. Oh, do they need to do that? Okay, so you've won 15 seconds, you won 10 seconds and a bonus 5 just because we all love you. So you got 15 seconds to tell us about your new single, Eleanor, Put Your Boots On. Your time starts now.
All right, it's a lovely tune. It's a romantic song about missing somebody who you're very close to, who's very far away. It's quite different from our other songs. It's very upbeat, but it doesn't have electric guitars on it. It's very catchy, probably puts you in a good mood. I like playing it myself.
Okay, that's it. Your time's up. It doesn't matter. You're a genius. We love you. You're welcome back anytime, and here is your new single.
Thanks very much, Chris.
Thanks a lot, Alex. It's nice to have you on the show. We want to know when pets go bad after a cat in Surbiton in Surrey caused £7,000 worth of damage in just 1 year. Bob in Ealing, my aunt's dog chewed through her artificial leg while she napped. When she woke up and stood up, she fell over and broke her arm. So we got married 6 weeks ago, and yesterday the dog ate the wedding photos. That's from Hannah in Helsby. Fred was the dog. Notice the past tense, was the dog. Jen and Dave, Chris, our pony Crosby, what a great name for a pony, has just eaten our picnic table. My son's cockerel attacked me on Sunday and my arm's bleeding, swollen to twice its size, and I had a tetanus booster, which was required. The cockerel is being rehomed from Vicky. Cheryl, she's text, I tore the wallpaper when I was 7. I blame the cat. Mum sent the cat away. I was heartbroken. Still haven't told Mum. My in-law's dog ate my sister-in-law's wedding cake that was full of brandy. The dog was very sick because of the brandy and the fact the bottom layer of the wedding cake was an iced cardboard box. Ha-ha! Ian on the M40 says I had 7 piranha fish. One jumped out at me whilst I was cleaning the tank. Didn't need to get rid of them, though, because they slowly killed each other.
That's nice.
Yeah. Wonder what happened to the last one. Maybe he committed suicide.
Ate himself.
Ate himself! Yeah, the fish will eat themselves. Like Pop. We are now proud to present a lady who is a lesson to us all. A lady whose life's work, simply tending her allotments every single day for the last 69 years, has given her endless joy. Her and her family, healthy fruit and vegetables through thick and thin, drought and ice and wartime and peacetime. She's never once been on holiday. She's stayed there. She can't bear to be away from her earth, nor has her daughter. She's not been on holiday either. Same kind of thing. Running in the family, her father before her mother before her. These allotments are and have been everything, and probably will be everything to this family. She is the real constant gardener, and her name is Christine Anstey-Gilbert. Good evening, Christine.
Good evening.
So, Christine, do you remember the first time you set eyes on your allotment and why it had such a profound effect on you?
Back in 1939, I took over an allotment just for the family first. And then I had men billeted here, and the council gave me 4 allotments to be able to feed them. We were on rations, and of course there was a lot of food that you couldn't buy. So we just had to make do, had to go and grow it ourselves.
Now, you produced so much stuff that you were able to feed the sailors, weren't you?
Yeah, I had 12 here at a time. I haven't got a big house, but the billeting officer came and measured the rooms and said how many men could go in per room, and they were put in like barracks would be.
And you fed them?
I had to feed them and do all their cleaning and everything.
Now, I know you've never once bought any fruit or veg from anywhere because you don't need to.
I don't need to, no.
What has been the most successful thing you've grown, and what has been the most troublesome?
I don't know. I think I grow almost everything. I grow all fruit and different veg. Potatoes, peas, beans, and everything like that. And
what do you think the secret is to tending a good allotment? What's the key to it?
You just have to keep on. It's no good thinking that you're going to do it today and it'll stay clean, because it won't. The weeds will grow faster than what you can get them out, actually.
And you say that sometimes when you're down, going to the allotment raises your spirits. How does it do that?
It's very quiet, and gardening is one of the best therapies you can have.
And what's the biggest pleasure the allotment gives you? What's your favourite thing to see in your allotment?
Well, we've got some very nice people up there, and they all come and talk to me. And I've got a chair up there that I can sit on when I get a bit tired. And there's quite a good view that we can look out across different houses.
And what's looking good at the moment in your allotment?
Peas and veg, all different kinds of veg. Strawberry, and the raspberries are beginning to come along now.
And would you recommend this to everyone?
Definitely.
OK. Well, listen, thanks for joining us, Christine. You've been a real peach. Thank you very much, and good luck with your allotment.
Thank you very much.
And the producers of James Bond have been busy this weekend, smashing up 3 brand new Aston Martin Vantage. The pictures are enough to make any grown man or woman cry. But can you imagine trying to insure those cars, which they must have had to do? Yes, hello, direct line. OK, you want to insure 3 Aston Martins? Brilliant, yeah. And what do you intend to do with them? Oh, crash them. Right, so we're looking at an instant claim then. No, I don't think so. Cheers, Bushy in Sheffield says, hi, Chris, a friend of mine talking about work at the weekend said something ludicrous. He said he found himself in catch-23 situations all the time. Becky in Cardiff says her friend told her giraffes have a valve in their necks to stop the blood rushing to their heads and their heads exploding when they bend down to drink. Bob in Lancaster says, hi, Chris, we discussed invading the Isle of Wight this weekend after a few beers. If we succeeded, I was to be made president. And there's some more here. Maxine says, in a cloudy Derby, Chris, in the soft drinks aisle of Morrison's this weekend, an elderly lady told her husband to get some J-Lo's. Louise Little from Aberdeenshire says, 2 5-year-old boys going to a party. My son said to his friend on Saturday, are you shy? And his friend says, no, but I am tickly. That's genius, isn't it? OK, so, Chris, my 12-year-old niece expressed her concern that her best friend, who up until then had been taller than her, had shrunk because now she was bigger than her. John in Middlesbrough, my 13-year-old daughter told me that a paper cut is far more painful than getting your leg chopped off. How would she know? And Lynn in Warrington says, was asked by a mate when holidaying in a country where she'd holidayed before, was your hotel like ours? Did the beach face the sea? So, people are crackers. So, yesterday, Gordon Ramsay successfully sued a newspaper for printing some untrue gossip about him it was concerning one of his TV shows. But whose fault is the newspaper's ever-plunging depths in the search for more tittle-tattle? Is it theirs for writing it, or is it ours, the readers, for demanding it? Because it seems we are a nation addicted to gossip. But why? It's destructive, it's deceitful, it's almost always negative. We scoff when other people are at it, yet prefer to let it go when we do it ourselves, dressing it up as conversation. How many times have you heard the phrase, so come on, tell us the goss? That's gossip. You're trying to make light of it, but that's a bad... it's a goss. So on the line now is Sandy Mann, Senior Lecturer in Occupational Psychology at the University of Lancashire. Good evening, Sandy.
Good evening, Chris.
So first of all, I hear gossip can be healthy?
Well, it's not necessarily healthy if you're the one being gossiped about, but it can be healthy for the people doing the gossiping. It can be a bonding experience, a way to show friendship, a way to get on with people, make friends and influence people.
But at the expense of somebody who may not be there?
Well, yeah, there's always got to be some victim in it, and that's the whole point of it. The bonding element is the fact that you're talking about somebody else and you're kind of uniting about somebody else, and that's what brings the two of you together. But yes, at somebody else's expense.
See, but there's that great phrase, isn't there, that if somebody gossips about someone to you, the next person they're going to gossip about is you.
Well, that's it. I mean, you don't necessarily trust somebody that you gossip with, but there is that trust kind of angle to it. The idea that, if I'm sharing a secret with you or I'm sharing some, exciting bit of gossip, then I trust you not to tell anyone, or I trust you with this. And, that kind of element is a bonding factor. It's a kind of saying, well, I like you enough, I trust you enough to want to share this secret with you. But
we all know that they're going to tell everybody they know anyway.
Well, you should never trust people. That's the bottom line. We all love to gossip, and it's a very big temptation. Talking about other people, it's something that we're all interested in. All humans are interested in, and it always has been. So, if you do tell somebody something, never trust them, I guess.
And why does gossip tend to be negative?
Well, positive gossip just isn't as exciting. If you say to somebody, oh, look, somebody did something really well or did something really good, it's a bit of a conversation stopper.
It is really, isn't it?
Yeah, the other person will say, oh, yeah, that's great. And then, where do you go from there? Gossiping about something negative helps keep the conversation going. It's a very social thing. It's the other person will come and say, oh, yeah, I heard this as well, and they add their bit, and then somebody else will add their experience. And it makes a whole thing, it makes a whole cycle, which you just don't get with positive gossip.
But isn't it almost like drugs? If you start gossiping about little things, you'll eventually end up gossiping about big things.
I don't know. It depends if it gets out of control, because there's usually social kind of norms that stop these things getting out of control. For example, like you said, you're always worried that they're going to pass it on to someone. You're worried that you're going to be gossiped about. I think those social pressures do prevent it getting out of control most of the time in your average workplace setting. OK,
so here's the big question. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Do you know what it is?
No, what are you going to ask me?
Do men gossip as much as women?
Oh, no, people always want to know that. The answer, I think, is they do, but they call it something different. They wouldn't call it gossip as much, and there's less emotional aspect to it. They want to know the information, and once they've got the information, they're kind of satisfied, whereas women tend to mull over it and look at the emotional aspects and, well, how do they feel, or how do you feel, that kind of thing. I think men like the bare bones a bit more, but yes, they do gossip. OK,
well, Sandy, between me and you, our time is up.
Don't trust me.
No, our time is up, but thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Chris.
Now, Johnny, you've got to go now. It's 5 to 7. You've got to go now and set up our table at the pub.
Right, yes, we've got to get in there because it's going to be crowded.
Pork scratchings.
Yes.
Pints of pedigree.
How many packets of pork scratchings?
Limitless tonight.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
That's my supper.
Come to the football, Sal.
No, Sally's got to go home and watch some paint dry.
Online, on on digital and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2.
The